On June 4th, Winnipeg audiences are in for a one-of-a-kind musical adventure courtesy of the Winnipeg Chapter of the Royal Canadian College of Organists. The concert features the fearless and formidable Quebec-based organist Isabelle Demers in a program that, believe it or not, uses not one, but two different organs in two different churches. The evening begins at 7 p.m. at Young United Church with organ works composed in the 20th century. Then, in an unconventional twist, the audience will make their way just down the street to All Saints Anglican Church for the second half of the concert, which features music of Sweelinck, Bach, Mendelssohn, and others. For the uninitiated, Isabelle Demers is an internationally acclaimed organ virtuoso, a native of Quebec, and a doctoral graduate of the Juilliard School. She has toured the world as a performer and educator. She previously chaired the organ department at Baylor University in Texas and is currently an associate professor at McGill's Schulich School of Music. This is a rare chance to make a literal and figurative journey through centuries of organ music, guided by one of the finest organists in the world. And joining me here in the Classic 107 studio to talk about the concert and, more to the point, the logistics of the concert, I am joined by my friend Lottie Ansbraun, who is the chair of the programming committee for the Royal Canadian College of Organists Winnipeg Chapter. Hey Lottie, great to have you here.
So nice to be back. Thank you.
I'm just going to get you to lean into the mic a little bit. I saw YouTube videos of Isabelle when I was prepping for the interview. She's got recitals online. She is absolutely incredible. I'm not an organist though, so I'm going to let you, the expert, do the elevator pitch. Who is she, and how did you first learn about her?
She's this most unintimidating petite person from Quebec. I first encountered her at an RCCO convention. She performs frequently at both American and Canadian conventions. And I believe the first time I heard her was in Kingston, Ontario. She did both a workshop and a concert. She was quite young at the time, but she was already at Baylor. Mm-hmm. And her workshop was on organ technique, all the stuff that nerds find interesting. And what stays with me is she's sitting at the organ, and as I said, she's really quite petite, and was talking about how much it bothers her when organists scoot around on the bench. And, you know, you have to reach to one side to get the low notes and reach to the other. And she sat there perfectly still and played this brutally difficult pedal solo, didn't move once, and used the entire compass of the keyboard, turned around in her adorable French accent, said, "If I don't need to move, you don't need to move."
The concert is happening at Young United and All Saints Anglican Church. It's being done at with two organs. Why? And whose idea was that for the concert?
It was her idea, actually. When we invited her, she has performed in Winnipeg several times, of course, but always at Westminster Church for the Westminster Organ Series. That's no longer a possibility. So when I contacted her agent, I said, you know, here are some of the churches that it could be at. And he said, can she phone you? Because she wants to talk to you about this. I thought, yeah, I know what she wants. And so she said, why can't I play at Westminster? So I explained that that's just not, public can't go in there right now. So I described the organ at Young to her. I described the organ at All Saints, and both of us hemmed and hawed. And finally she said, let's do both. And I said, what? And she said, are they close? I said, well, actually, they're very close. She said, let's do both. You get buses, and I'll play at both churches. So there we go.
That's it, and that's how that happened. The Baroque, the Bach, and the Mendelssohn, that's going to be performed at
All Saints.
All Saints. And then the more contemporary stuff is going to be done at Young United. I would imagine it's because of the differences between the two organs. Can you talk about the organs at the two churches and how they differ?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I know the organ at Young United intimately, of course. It's been quite a while since I've played at All Saints, but it is much more typical of organs in Winnipeg. It's a Cassavant, it multiple keyboards. It has a very warm, rich, romantic sound to it. So it has more keyboards, which is always appealing to visiting organists because then you have a lot more option. But I would say the clarity of the stops is much more present at young. What she's chosen to play at All Saints will work perfectly at that organ. The Mendelssohn needs a warm singing tone, and that's what you're going to get at All Saints. The Karl-Gellert is in-your-face romanticism, and that will work really, really well there. What interests me is she's chosen a late Renaissance, early Baroque set of variations by Jan Sweelinck, a Dutch composer, but it's a set of variations. So she's going to be able to show off an awful lot of that organ, a lot of the individual colors, because she will change the colors between variations. Mm-hmm. And she's starting off with a transcription by Marcel Dupré of a Bach Symphonia. Well, again, Dupré was heart of the Romantic era, moving into the modern era, of course, and his transcription of this Symphonia will work really well. So she's hitting all the right buttons, and doing the modern stuff at young, it will work really well there too. She's got a very reliable organ that has a lot of multiple memories, and she'll need that for the rep that she's doing at young.
Mm. I'm interested in planning and logistics for this concert. You're the organist and music director at Young United, so that's easy. But what was it like coordinating it with All Saints Anglican? And did you talk to Dietrich Bartel, the music director at
Absolutely.
All Saints? What did he say when you pitched the idea to him?
Well, mostly he was just hugely disappointed because he's not going to be here. He's in Europe celebrating his wedding anniversary. So he has left a very, very well-seasoned substitute behind. Rick Morgan, who was the former president of the National RCCO, is subbing for Dietrich. So Dietrich was thrilled, but also very sad that he couldn't be here.
All Saints and Young United are just a few blocks away from each other on Broadway, but my understanding is that the Royal Canadian College of Organists are offering transportation between the churches if people need or want it. Can you talk about that? And is it going to be a van or a bus? And I also understand that the ticket, included in the ticket, is the cost of transportation,
yes.
Right?
If you want transportation, we're hoping that people can park at Thompson's, but we won't know that until a few days before, because if there's a funeral, then we're out of luck. But we will alert anybody who's purchased a ticket whether parking is available on that parking lot. In the evenings, there's pretty decent street parking. So what we're envisioning is that people will park somewhere close to Yonge, come and attend the first half of the concert at Yonge, and then we have hired City of Winnipeg buses.
Really?
Yeah. And they, one, or if we need two, we'll circle. I mean, it's very close, just down Broadway to All Saints. And if people want to walk, they can buy a $25 ticket and just attend both shows and walk from one place to the next. If they want to ride, they buy a $35 ticket and get on the bus at Yonge, and we will shuttle them over to All Saints, and then we'll shuttle them back to Yonge after the All Saints part of the program is done, and we have a complimentary wine and cheese reception with Isabelle we'll have there. And we've also built in the option, if people buy a $25 ticket and suddenly it's thunderstorms and they really regret their decision, you can buy entry to the bus and just give us a $10 bill and we'll let you on the bus.
So there's no if you've got mobility issues, there's no reason why you can't take in this concert.
Absolutely not. No, and if you don't have mobility issues, you can get from one church to the next in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. How long is the intermission? Like, how long are people going to have to go?
Well, we're building in about half an hour.
Okay.
But, I mean, the show is dependent on all of us getting to All Saints on time in the intermission. So if it takes longer, it takes longer. Yeah. What we're really hoping is that people will buy tickets ahead of time, so we have some sense of how many will be on the bus, though. So they need to go to our website, and it's very easy. I've tried it. It's possible.
Fantastic. The concert on June 4th featuring Isabelle Demers sounds like it's going to be just amazing. She's a fantastic organist, and she's going to be playing on the two organs. For you as somebody who's planned the event and as an organist, what are you looking forward to most about the concert?
Oh, the times I have heard her, anything she does is amazing. She really is brilliant. And it's such poetic and passionate playing. It's just amazing. I am very much looking forward, of course, to hearing her play the instrument I play the most. And I love what she's planning to play there. She's playing something by Naji Hakim, who is a Lebanese-born organist who has played mostly in Paris. And he was here in Winnipeg at an RCCO convention in 2004 and played a piece that we commissioned him to write.
Wow.
She's finishing off the program with a 3-movement sonata by Rachel Loren. I heard Rachel play that piece in Halifax. It was commissioned by a family in memory of their mother. And she premiered it in 2019 in Halifax. Rachel died in 2023. A very, very good friend of Isabelle's. So it's, there are so many stars that are aligning in this program. I'm thrilled by what she's doing.
Lottie, this has been so great. All the best. I'm sure the concert on June 4th is going to be a big success. Thanks so much for taking the time to stop by and talk to me today.
Thank you. Thanks.
For our Classic 107 listeners, the Royal Canadian College of Organists Winnipeg Chapter presentation of organ phenom Isabelle Demers takes place on June 4th, starting at 7 p.m. at Yonge United Church. Again, there will be transportation for those that need and want it. For more details on this extraordinary event, visit rccowinnipeg.ca or go to classic107.com. I've embedded a direct link to the show page in the article about the recital that you can find up there now. And stay tuned. On June 3rd, I'll be putting to air a conversation that I will be having with organist Isabelle Demers. I'll be talking with her shortly after she arrives in Winnipeg. Lottie, thanks again.
Thank you.